or get our weekend started. Happy Friday, everyone. Hopefully you have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. Again, starting off with separate Flashman for stuff, quick for LVCreed, but I'm going to hedge my bets that they're going to do the opposites in the next stage. So, very similar color schemes here.
Yeah, the Flash stage looks very vanilla in color. I didn't see Stuff check the barrier weakness, which surprises me. You can turn around there and shoot the barrier to find out if it's Buster weak.
Oh. Kamikaze says, you could say Creed is on a roll.
Nice.
Can someone ban him, please? No, I'm just going. Just kidding.
This is a pun-safe zone. Puns are allowed.
Pun-friendly.
I can't go to pun-unsafe zones because I'll just get banned.
You've already been banned from all of them, Daggett.
Stuff deciding to get the E-Tank. Smart move, I think. A little bit tricky with the enemy set that he had to deal with there, but, you know, he makes it look easy.
Dodging the lasers, and if I recall correctly, early versions of the randomizer would actually randomize the speed of the lasers going across the screen.
Yeah, as I understand it, that was a bug, but yes, that did sometimes happen.
Sounds incredibly unfortunate, and those bubbles were nearly impossible to see against that background. But overall, quick stage, and Stuff is picking up item 1.
So we have Flash in Quickman stage, and next he's going to Flash stage, I bet.
Creed picking up Roll Box.
Chandelier almost getting Stuff, but he reacted just in time. So since he has item 1 here, since Stuff has item 1, he could actually choose to do a zip here, but I think it's extremely unlikely. I don't think we'll see it.
And I don't think Creed stopped to check the wall weakness either, did he?
Oh, I missed it if he did. I was watching Stuff deal with these Mecha Joes. Someone in chat says he did check it. Okay.
Thanks, Mr. Stone. It was quick, but he doesn't have quick boomerang. No. It was quick, we did check it.
These Metroids can really be a problem when you just want an E-Tank, and so Creed says, nah, I don't need this E-Tank. I'm out of here.
Deuces. He's just rolling on through this level.
That's right.
I'll ban myself.
He's just cleaning house as Roll-chan.
Yes. God. What have we done?
Crash Cutter and item 1.
Oops, wrong item. And on to Bubble. Let's see what color waterfalls we have.
He could opt to do the vanilla zip. And looks like he's going to test out item 1. It's moving a little slow. I bet he sticks to the pause buffer zip, the Buster only version.
Still has some permanence to it though, and like you mentioned, with this more vanilla color schemes for the waterfalls, it plays havoc with the randomizer, correct? So we can, or it slows it down a little bit, which we can get some of that fuzziness.
It's just a visual thing with the stream encoding. It doesn't affect our players. They won't notice any difference. Creed easily pulling the zip off.
And we'll see StuffnThings is right behind him.
Yeah, once again, round 3 starting off very, very close, just like rounds 1 and 2. It is interesting when you get a black lake, oil lake, whatever this is, because the spikes become kind of hard to see.
You can call it the Marianas Trench, perhaps. Oil lake works. It is for use in Iran, so they are a petrochemical rich country.
That is true.
These lagphibians are slowing stuff down a little bit. He's trying to make it across.
And they're
but does
buster
clear
immune, which is the worst part.
Ooh, gross.
Taking some intentional damage off the little frogs, which fortunately only do 1 damage to Mega Man, making them pretty much ideal to take damage off of. Creed now, I don't know if he came up with this manipulation, but he's doing this Metal Man manipulation that, at least I learned it from Creed.
Little LV dance.
Yeah, the great thing about it is if you do it right, Metal Man decides that he doesn't want to throw blades at you, he just wants to dance.
And this is stuff running into a little bit of issue and having to take an E-tank. Oh no, Fat Fans and Crash Stage.
Yeah, Creed probably going to screen 2 here to see if there was a fan. That would be my guess. So it's going to be a hard one to pull a zip off with, but he manages it. When it moves so slowly like that, there's a high risk of it despawning before you get high enough into the ceiling.
We'll see how stuff fares in Metal Man. Good to replenish that E-tank, and those Sky Blenders are not making this metal zip easy for him. Hopefully he can get it. No, man. So I think he's just going to run with it.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision. If you try once or twice, you're not losing too much time if you don't get it, but beyond that, it really starts to eat into your time.
Let's see how that crash climb is going.
Oh, metal immune fans again.
No!
Well, I guess last time they were metal weak and buster immune.
Fortunately, we can't buster at it on the diagonal.
Mega Man's greatest weakness, he can only shoot left or right.
Yes. Susceptible shrimp. Not too. I hesitate to curse anything. I defer to my co-commentator for all things in vocally induced randomize.
Yeah, the shrimp in that situation aren't too bad. They spawn infinitely is probably the most annoying aspect. They won't normally knock you in the pit, but if you get careless, they will. Oh, Creed finding a nice weakness against heat, or against Woodman, vanilla weakness.
And now picking up all 3 items.
Nice little manipulation against Airman's wind turrets there in that boss fight stuff just had. Probably went by so fast you couldn't see it, but basically when you move on the conveyor belt, the wind turrets move slowly, and if you jump, they move quickly. And so if you like the pattern, you can stay on the conveyor belt, and if you don't like the pattern, you can jump.
And stuff just missed that jump onto the ladder.
Ladders are one of the hardest part of this game.
Oh no, struck him just a little bit more.
Hopefully he gets it. Yeah. As Prodigy in the chat says, ladders are impossible, and I endorse that.
Plus, as someone who works with emergency medical services frequently, ladders are incredibly dangerous.
in the game and real life.
Do we have the more you know animation? Can we cue that up?
I think Twitch does have a more you know rainbow.
Do 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 do. Creed's turn to take on Airman. In and out.
Yeah. Yeah, that Airman was pretty weak to Buster, I think it was. Which is pretty much ideal. Airman's... so the Buster has a small hitbox, right? So you can get it between the fans, or the air turrets, whatever they're called, the little tornadoes that he shoots.
Oh no. Fat fiends. Or fat fans. Fat fiends? Fat... Whatever. Blowy things and Airman.
Yeah. Fortunately, both of our runners are going to have all their items by the time they get to air stage. So that gives them sort of maximal options for dealing with situations like this.
The fact that the fat fans are Buster susceptible helps significantly. You can snipe these from across the screen.
Stuff's in a bad situation here, so he uses his E-Tank. When you fight Woodman, you kind of want to get inside his hitbox and shoot through his shield, but that does mean you're going to take a lot of damage. And sure enough, he heads into Airman. I think... So Creed has done 5 stages.
Yep, I accidentally unclicked the Metal Man stage. So.
And so he's a full stage ahead, I guess?
No. Stuff had also completed Metal Man.
Ah. Yeah, so this is still really close, about half a stage apart. That crash bomb trolling him, just sitting there, not exploding. Of course, you can't menu if you have anything on the screen. Stuff deciding it's better to just shoot the fans at this point. He's through the really dangerous section. Or is he?
Dun dun dun. A bit of purple flame here.
Opting to take the high road here. Although we can barely tell due to sprite flicker. Thank you, 1980s technology.
Creed taking a quick E-Tank, and he is out of air.
Yeah, unfortunately, he could easily finish that fight without taking damage, except it's Heatman in the randomizer, and sometimes he surprises you. And you really don't want to die in that situation.
Creed headed into the sewers.
Yeah, it looks like our Heatman stage isn't going to be too bad this time. Chanky makers are not a terribly big deal, and the toothpaste dispensers are easy to get rid of.
Call them little hot dogs.
Yep, that works too. I think the real name is like Schwarm or something like that.
I can look right here. They are Schwarms.
He's out of air. How will he breathe? Yeah, exactly.
He's a robot. He doesn't breathe.
Creed with the zip. First try, or maybe second, but, first try. Ooh, Stuff. Be very careful. Okay. I look over and see Stuff at, around 4 health fighting Heatman, and it's like, ooh, E-Tank or end the fight.
But they both have Electric Knuckle going into heat, so they should be well prepared for what's to come. Again, those Chanky makers are not the worst things to find.
Right. In fact, they don't get randomized the way other enemies do. They have vanilla weakness.
Depending on where they appear, they still control you pretty hard.
Yeah.
In different stages.
They can be pretty bad at Crash. Yeah.
Yeah. I happened to be in the airport watching that. Oh no! Some visible chandeliers here in the very teal forest.
Yeah. It's a classic wood stage.
Yeah. Not quite low enough to pick up that meme, but he probably not planning to want to use it anyways.
Dogs are also a thing that doesn't really get randomized. It used to be that their weaknesses would get randomized, but then there was kind of a problem if you didn't have their weakness, you would have to game over and pick a different stage. Oh, Creed looks like he's going for the zip here. He checked that screen to see if there were any fans.
Let's see.
I think that's three for three for Creed tonight doing this zip.
Creed is turning the heat up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Creed with a very nice good wood. I don't think Stuff will go for it. Let's see if he proves me wrong.
This is the third match, the tiebreaker between them, so we might see some more aggressive strats.
Stuff having a little bit of issues with health here. See if he... I thought he was going to take an E-Tank for a second.
Creed, again, for the third race, is the first one into the Wily stages. And now that we're in Wily 1, for the third time tonight, chat, or in the morning, or whatever time of day you happen to be in your respective time zones, guess the color of the upcoming Mecha Dragon. Daggett, I bounce back to you.
I'm gonna go with the Barbie Dragon. And I'm gonna go Buster Week.
Alright, I am going to go with a lime green dragon. With silver accents. And I'm going to say Bubble Week, because I'm a cruel person.
Also, I want to point out Creed's time finishing 8 robos is the fastest we've seen tonight, and we've only seen fast times tonight. Really amazing consistency from both our runners tonight, and amazing times as well.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out. Or I am glad you pointed that out. By the third race, I have lost my ability to talk coherently. These have been exceptional times for not just these players, but in general. They're extremely quick times, and for these races to have them consistently, given that it is a randomizer and you don't know what's going to be coming, it's I think it's a testament to both of the players and their skills.
The toothpaste dispenser there being a troll on that last ladder. We'll see if Stuff has any issues with that screen.
And Creed's about to find out what our Mecha Dragon looks like, and we'll see. Oh!
Isn't that the dragon we had last time? Did we get the same dragon? Did somebody check
don't
the
know.
seed? Oh, Buster Week.
So not quite the same dragon. But excellent fight nonetheless. Just in and out. Not having to fish is always a huge time save. As we've seen, that made the difference in the first race, was who got the weakness first for the alien fight.
Yeah, if you're trying to get a good time, you really want to see Buster Weak Wily bosses. It saves time fishing, it's a fast weapon to use, and perhaps most importantly, it saves time in refills. Because as you can tell, every time Mega Man picks up a ammo or health drop, it like pauses you while you get the refill.
And you don't have to worry about needing to refill your weapon energy either.
Right, exactly. And it's air shooter. So I feel like Stuff actually switched before he took any damage on that screen, so he might actually be saving a tiny bit of time relative to Creed on his Wily 1. We'll see. He'll probably go Buster for the dragon fight since he's currently on Buster. So he'll probably have a comparably fast dragon fight.
Nice diagonal snipe of Sniper Joe. That was unintentional. Nice, but yeah, pulling it off before he makes his way up there. Stuff is out.
You'll also see our players jumping when they go to pick up refills. That's due to Mega Man takes something like 6 frames to walk, to go from standing to running at full speed. But if you're in the air, it's only a couple frames to accelerate to the top speed. But in general, to go fast, they don't want to jump too much because Mega Man only travels something like 95% of his running top speed when he's in the air.
So Creed found that Pico Pico here, one of the weaknesses was Bubble, but it wasn't very efficient, and so he went to his next weapon and finds that Air Shooter is doing a reliable job of taking these blocks down.
Yeah, he's going to want to save some Air Shooter, probably for the next stage, so he can refill it, possibly. He's definitely going to need it in Wily 4, unless it ends up being wood or metal weak.
And then Stuff also investigated that wall weakness and found it, and he's moving along as well.
I feel like Air Shooter is a pretty good weakness against Pico, because Pico tends to spawn above you and Air Shooter arcs up. But you can definitely get randomized Air Shooters that are not good against Pico.
So instead of waiting for that Sniper Joe, Stuff just took it to the face, picked up a health drop to kind of negate that loss, but now he's also joining that Pico fight. And as Ren Hero points out, LVCreed is now in Dr. Wily's septic tank.
Yeah.
This is a rather grotesque looking level. Being robots, though, they hopefully don't have a sense of smell.
Be interesting to see if Stuff sticks with this bubble shooter. It's not great. He's losing time here. Not that he knows that, because our runners actually run in isolation. They're not allowed to know how things are going for the other racer, because it would be a spoiler. If they heard, oh, you know, so-and-so used Leaf Shield and it was super effective.
We also keep our runners in isolation in between races as well, and strictly limit their access to food, water, and outside sources of information.
That's right.
So Daggett is lucky. He picked the shortest straw or the longest straw, and so he's able to actually commentate tonight. But he will be going right back to his cage as soon as we're done.
Do I, really? Do I have to?
We've talked about this, Daggett.
Creed with a nice ladder-based kill for that Chanky Maker. Knowing that air is going to be the weakness, he shot from the ladder. That was pretty smart.
I'm going to take a quick jump. Knows it's not... Oh, nice pause buffer, because he knew it was going to be one of those those next two blocks that were going to be false, and that vertical zip for the third time in these 3 races.
Yeah, and that ceiling zip's just a nice little... It's not a huge time save, but it's a nice little maneuver.
And we're going to find out who is lurking in these elevator rooms.
Yeah.
Relatively favorable enemies thus far. Oh no, these guys are trolls, or they can be.
They can be, but not for Creed. For lesser mortals, yes. So I didn't see it when Creed was fighting the Guts tank, but it looked like it was Buster Week, which is also nice for fast times. I mean, it's 26 minutes now, and we're starting the Boo Beam fight. That's really solid.
So, oh, beautiful.
It's the God weakness.
We don't show it on stream, but there is a ritual sacrifice that our players make before starting the Rando tournament. And it seems that the Mega Man gods have smiled upon Creed in this final race. Thus far, we will see how the refights go.
Yeah, that was a really smooth Wily 4. Just amazing execution and amazing luck. Oh, an air shooter just destroying Quickman.
I think we spent less than 3 seconds on that screen.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
Creed knows
Stuff
the
placed
weaknesses.
item 1 a little too high to be able to jump on it as he takes the elevator around. So he had to wait for it to despawn before activating another one. Very Buster Week, Airman.
Yeah, this is a seed where Creed's fishing during the levels is paying off now during the refights.
He's blazing through these as he comes to Heat Man. Pun, pun, pun. That was unintentional. That's strike 2 for me tonight.
It's a spicy Heatman fight. He's got to be careful. Can't take any more damage.
Didn't take the health coming out, but he is taking an E-Tank, so...
Yeah, it's faster to take the E-Tank. Stuff put himself in kind of a weird position. A little too close to that barrier to produce a leaf shield safely. But he eventually figures it out by just edging towards the end of the ledge and getting enough room.
But Creed going into his last refight at 28-27. And
Yeah,
again,
and
knowing that weakness.
our players are on the same stage again, but Creed's got a significant lead here. He'd have to make a pretty big mistake to lose it at this point, I think. It's still possible. Let's see if I just cursed him. Oh, it's not Buster Week. That's exciting. Oh, and it's Air Shooter again.
Again.
MVP of this seed is Air Shooter. Creed taking a little bit of extra damage there, but he's got 2 E-Tanks.
Jumping over to make sure he has sufficient ammunition. I'm surprised he went for that second one.
Yeah, that one's pretty dangerous to grab.
Is this his last opportunity to fill that before going on to the... Oh, there. That's right.
There's the randomizer puts 2 weapon capsules also in the start of Wily 6, but grabbing them is slower than not grabbing them by a fair bit. So sub 30 for starting Wily 6, really solid. Watch
so by staying at the edge of, or the right-hand edge of the screen, Creed is pretty safe from those acid drops. I don't think they're going to hit him. You're all the way to the right.
Yeah, they don't drop anything for quite a few frames from when they load.
Alien fight time.
See how much fishing he has to do. I'm going to guess Buster weakness. Nope, I'm wrong. Oh, charged heat.
Yeah. And
GG
we're
Creed.
done. GG. Is this yet another PB?
It is. His official SRL time is a 30:32.
That's amazing. Can we get some huge GGs and hype in the chat, please, for LVCreed destroying this seed?
Yeah, really solid. Very consistent tonight. And both of our runners. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Stuff's play tonight. Just Creed was a little bit faster.
No, like, both of them have played exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Well, I say exceptional as if you know what I meant.
As in exceptional?
Yes, they're both very good players, but these times have been. You know, let's try and get Stuff, or let's get Creed in here. See if he can join us. Discord.
Stuff figuring out the weakness there to the machine. See how long it takes him to guess the weakness to the alien here. It was that charged heat. I don't remember if he discovered that it's a supercharged heat. A lot of time players will pick heat last because of how long it takes to kill things with it. But in a seed like this, where it's already fully charged when you press the button, there's no reason to not try it right away. So it sort of becomes a question of like, do you remember that it's a supercharged heat?
Stuff about to investigate.
Thought he was going to hug the alien there.
Oh, and he goes the opposite direction with his menu.
Yeah, he skips right over it. I don't blame him. That's a common order to try. But he knows it now. He's got an E-tank though. Yeah, he would have died. And GG Stuff.
All right, both of our players finishing with great times tonight. It is best 2 out of 3, so Creed does pull it out for the victory. But Stuff made him work for it.
It looks like our runners will be able to join us for an interview.
GG's in chat before they join us. Again, thank you all so much for joining us on SpeedGaming. Please stick around. We're going to talk to our runners for a little bit.
Were you able to send an invite to Creed? Welcome, Stuff.
Hi,
what are your thoughts? GG. Both
GG
of you
Stuff.
Yeah, thanks.
Amazingly well tonight.
Yeah, I was pretty happy to have 2:32s. The second race was basically tied with my PB. For some reason, I can't get past a 32. This last one wasn't quite as good.
Still, all 3 races were very quickly done and It's very close, especially in the case of that first race, where essentially came down to some fishing.
Yeah, that was pretty tight.
And I think you and Creed go in opposite directions when menuing.
Okay.
And you just happen upon it first. But no, you really gave us you and Creed both gave us a really good show tonight.
Yeah, they were good races overall. I mean, I can't complain.
As you saw in chat. Oh yes, Daggett, please.
Tech, did you invite Creed?
Let me see. I can do.
Or maybe I can do this.
Stuff. How long have you been playing the Mega Man 3 or Mega Man 2 Rando?
The Mega Man 3 Rando, not very long.
You know what? I corrected myself. All right.
The Mega Man 2 Rando. I was in the tournament last year, and I'd played a good chunk of it before then. I started playing it along with Squid Man, and I think Bob Dead Builder was playing it at the time. I'm trying to remember. There was someone else. Well, Kumba used to play it a lot more, so maybe that was who it was. Back in version, it might have even been version 3 point something. And there's been a lot of changes since then, but it's still a lot of fun.
All right, I think we'll be able to get Creed here in a second. So, is there? Do you have any thoughts about those two seeds?
Not really. I mean, there were a couple of nasty sections, like there were the fanboys in Heat, and then they were in Air. Like, they showed up in places you don't really want to see them, and it took me a little bit of time to maybe puzzle out what I should do to get past them, but I never did die, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Welcome, Creed. GG's.
Thank you.
Did you
GG,
PB
Creed?
every round?
I think I did.
That's some really solid gameplay from both of you, really.
Yeah, GG Creed. I mean, I don't know how I can keep up with that. I was keeping up with my PB pace, especially in the second race, and it's not enough.
Yeah, starting from the first seed where I double KO'd on Woodman, I knew I could run much better. It seemed like when that happened, like trigger just clicked. I just wound up just doing my thing.
And
Yeah,
those
it was-
were flawless zip executions on your part, Creed, through all three of these races.
Yeah, performing most of these zips were pretty interesting. I don't think I had, particularly for good wood, I think I only had quick boomerang only for one seed, while the other two seeds I had to resort to using the buster, which was something I've been learning to practice to become more consistent in doing. So I'm glad I'm able to get them sooner, but I wish I can get them on that legendary first try.
I don't know if you noticed, but on the third seed, your 8 robo kill was 17 minutes.
Yeah, I tend to keep up with my time, so I was pretty much aware that I'll have 17-minute Robot Masters. It's really the Wily stages that wind up tacking up a little more time if the weaknesses doesn't mesh as I wanted to, because I am a weakness seeker, so you pretty much live or die by the weakness hunt. I was just fortunate that the seas wind up being favorable for me to allow that to make my time go faster.
Yeah, there were I think that last seed had quite a few buster weaknesses, right?
Well,
I know the dragon was.
I think it was the dragon and Guts Dozer. Those two,
Yeah.
Those were definitely the last seed.
So, were there any moments during either of those seeds where you thought this is it, or I'm in trouble or anything like that?
Well, the second race in particular, I knew I was done by the double KO. StuffnThings is a good racer. He, like he said, he races these things more frequently than I do, while I usually do practice offline. So he actually has more race experience than I do. So his race consistency is much, much, much more superior than mine, in my personal opinion. If I get on a roll, I will get on a roll. And this was just one of those lucky seeds that I was just able to get on a roll.
And as we saw in all three of your races, you were roll tonight.
Oh yeah, that was the thing, now wasn't it?
Yeah, you should definitely watch back the first round. In terms of how close you guys were, Stuff actually pulled ahead right when you double KO'd.
I expected a
Oh wow.
When you respawned and re-entered the boss fight is when he entered the boss fight, and then since he went Buster for that fight, he was able to get it done faster. Because I think at the time you were trying to use Leaf Shield, but he kept blocking you.
Yes, and Leaf Shield is a really wonky weakness for one man. I'm pretty sure it was definitely a solid concrete weakness, but because you pretty much had to do nearly contact damage, it pretty much becomes a damage race. And since the Leaf Shield pretty much tinks on things that it can't destroy, well, you saw what happened.
Yeah. Well, do either of you have anything else you want to comment on your race?
I don't think so. Yeah, just GG to Creed for constant PBs. That's pretty great.
And GG's to you. I still consider you one of my toughest opponents and one I can never sleep on. So,
Same here.
GG's.
Yeah, it was very close. All three seeds, the 8 robos, you guys would alternate stages, and so the whole time we could see how close you were, and it was always, just maybe half a stage lead at the most. But yeah, I think if you two are if that's all you wanted to comment on, then I think I want to read off the schedule real quick so that people know what's coming up.
Go for
All right,
it.
thanks everybody.
So on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. These times are Eastern, by the way. So Sunday at 8:30 p.m. we have Squidman versus the Infinite Mystery, and then on Monday at 10:30 p.m. we have Siberian Bull versus Vin. I think both of those will be exciting matches.
I know I'm looking forward to them.
So, thank you everyone. Thank you SpeedGaming. Thank both runners for putting on an awesome show tonight. Thank you XArt Tech for being my co-host tonight.
Thank you too, Daggett. It's as always, it's a pleasure.
So if there's nothing else to say, I think we'll wrap it up there. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Take care,
Good night.
everyone.